Now, hi everyone on YouTube. Um, Hold on. Okay, today is redo. Today is February 11th, 2018. We are a day or two, depending on when you listen to this. You're listening to this on the 12th, probably, so we're a day away from pitchers and catchers. We missed a week. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of moves that involve the Yankees or change the way the Yankees are doing things. So let's dive in. Let's talk Yanks. Talking baseball.
James, Jimmy, Jomboy, ugly guy.
I need to get a new song. I really want to get Dan Zlotnick to record, or someone that
Do it.
A lot of people have reached out, but it's not the kind of mute song I want. I want like a singing, I want the Talkin Yanks song, but lyrics
Sing songy.
that pertain to us. I think it's more fun.
Tell Dan to do it.
I will. I'll ask him. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thanks for tuning in and joining us. We missed last week. It was the Super Bowl. Nothing was happening, and you're going to hear from us a lot coming up. So we gave you a little 2-week break. I'm Jomboy, Jimmy, coming to you from California. My co-host is Jake, coming to you from Denver. Two transplanted Yankee fans. Jake, how you doing? Say hi.
Yes. Hello. How are you?
I'm good. I'm tired. Did a lot of editing today.
I mean, that kind of rude for you to tell me you're tired, though.
Yeah, but you're tired because you had fun. You just came from a wedding, woke up.
I mean, there's parts of fun. I mean, it was 2 full travel days, real drunk in between. It's a normal weekend, I guess. I don't know.
How's the wedding?
Good wedding. John Cram and Sarah San Ambrosio. Wedding in Jersey in February, because of course that's when John Cram was going to have his wedding. But it was really nice.
Jesus Christ, it's really cold.
It was like 50. It was pretty nice. But I mean, for me, it just sucks because coming from Denver to New Jersey in February.
Yeah, same.
But it was a nice wedding.
I was in Ohio last weekend, and it was 16 degrees there. And I'm in Northern California. It was like 70 here, which I don't really like. That's too warm. It's too warm. Need to be colder.
I keep forgetting you went to Ohio.
Yeah, it was good. Visited my brother in Ohio. Went to a hockey game. Went to the library and looked at Yankees books. You know what one does when you're at Miami of Ohio. And the Yankees made some moves, kind of, since our last episode. They made the biggest splash of the offseason by signing Danny Espinosa. Yeah. Oh, first, I have to say, let's talk about what we're doing. I jumped like 3 things ahead on my list.
You jumped ahead on the list.
Today, you're listening to this on Monday. On Wednesday, we will be releasing a mini episode every day starting Wednesday. So 10 minutes, some are 15 minutes, each player, what we want out of them, what they did last year, what they're projected to do next year, what we'd be happy with next year, what we'd be not happy with next year, our general feelings on the player. We're doing one of those a day starting Wednesday. We've been making them for a while now. They're really fun. It's a hell of a big project for me on editing and making little advertisements and clippets and snippets and shit, but going full time with this, so I enjoy it. It's just a lot of work. So be ready for those. They're called Player Profile and Projections. They'll be on the app. They'll be all over Twitter and shit. Tell us what you think. Hopefully you enjoy them. So Mondays will remain full episodes, and anytime if we ever get a signing, which I think we're going to get, that'll be a main episode too. But every day besides Monday, until we do all 27, until Jake and I are in spring training March 16th ourselves, we will be giving you a piece of Yankees content every day because spring training's starting. It's getting exciting. It's really getting exciting. It's really, I mean, Yankees are all I think about, especially since we make this podcast, but now it's really exciting. Be on the lookout for those. All right. Got anything to say about those, Jake?
Yeah, I do. I think
all right, let's hear it.
They're really good. We wanted to do a little just kind of what they are. They're a little bit on each player. Some of them are more of, from a statistic standpoint, what we really expect. Some of them are roles, this, that, and the other. Some of them we got a little silly with. So
yeah, it was really however it went. And we still have to record some. We've recorded 20. I think we have like 10 more to record or something like that.
Yeah, and they're good. Not too rigid. There's some, we obviously have fun with them, like we try to do with everything else. But yeah, it's I guess expectations. What are the most covered topics in them? Expectations / what would disappoint us? what
would
we
disappoint
want.
us? Kind of projections, and I think the most thing is what specific stat are we looking for out of each player? Because each guy, and I'm not going to give everything away, you can probably guess. There's some guys, hey, we just need your OBP to be high. There's other guys, you're getting judged on home runs, and then pitchers, it's all that's that. It's fun.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout. All right. And this episode of Talkin Yanks is brought to you by affordablejerseys.com. If you've been listening since the offseason, you know we ran a promotion in December. Jomboy coupon code gets you $10 off. No coupon code is going on right now, but they are still sponsoring the pod. They are sending us to spring training in March because we sold so many, and they are the official sponsor of Talkin Yanks. Go to affordablejerseys.com. The best thing they have going is they have Yankees jerseys with no names on the back. If you try to get those somewhere else, you have to do that. You have to buy the authentic on-field ones, which are like $200. These are the cool base. They come from a majestic manufacturer. They're real. They're the cool. So like someone yelled at me because they're not authentic because they're not on the field. Yeah, they're the cool base ones. They don't have that dumbass tail, but there's no names on the back. And I think they're $99 right now, which is the cheapest no-name jerseys you can find on the internet. It's really, I don't know, they're smart to take advantage of this niche that is so overlooked because I wouldn't wear a Yankee jersey with a name on the back. I know some people don't have a problem, mostly because there's money issues. Well, now you can get cheaper jerseys, affordable jerseys with no name on the back. Go to affordablejerseys.com. Get those. They make the podcast happen right now. So you support them, you support us. Cool. Let's get into topics. First thing we're going to talk about, the biggest splash of the offseason, Jake. The Yankees signed Danny Espinosa to a minor league deal.
We got our guy.
It's over, right?
We missed out on our number 2 guy in Ohtani, but we got Espinosa, so we push forward.
I'm nervous Espinosa becomes the new Gardner, and just Gardner's bounce.
So you're predicting Danny Espinosa to start the season as our leadoff hitter, is what you're saying right now.
Leadoff hitter, left fielder. I think Danny Espinosa's coming to camp gunning for everyone's job.
Do you think he starts the season on the New York Yankees roster?
No, I think if you were to put odds on it, if you put yes or no on a scale, no would be the heavier side, but I don't think it's crazy. Do you think it's crazy that he would break camp? Like, say they
How about this? Who do you think would get an at bat first? Jace Peterson or Danny Espinosa?
Danny Espinosa. I think Jace Peterson is in the minors.
Okay.
But would you be upset if Wade and Espinosa have the same camp and Espinosa gets the job out of Wade over Wade?
I don't think mad would be the right word. I think it'd be, I guess, yeah, I'd be a little mad. It doesn't make a ton of sense.
Yeah, I'd rather, if they're both playing the same level, give Wade the go. It's not really a big deal, obviously, for anyone that is seriously wondering why did the Yanks do this?
Sarcasm.
Because we have an open spot in camp. So even if Cashman's saying it's between Andujar, Glaber, and Wade and Toe to win a starting job, even if he knows one of those 4 is going to be the victor in the end, it still makes a lot of sense to bring in guys like Jace Peterson, Danny Espinosa. If you want a competition, you want to spread the widest net because then these young guys think, fuck, Espinosa's been in the league 5 years. He had a terrible year last year and hasn't been good since he hurt himself in 2013. But he's going to push the young kids and make them not as feel secure and have to fight. So I don't have you have a problem with minor league signing? I mean, if you do,
not at all.
go kill yourself.
I think it's. I mean, Espinosa's clearly lost it with the stick, but like 2016, Danny Espinosa had 24 home runs. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I would not be shocked if he started the year on the Yankees roster for the 14 days until they can call up Glibber.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it would be shocking if he makes it. Cosma made the team out of camp last year.
Handsome Pete Cosma.
It's also a smart place to sign if you're Espinosa because you're going to get at bats in camp and other teams are going to be looking at you. It was like when we DFA'd Chris Carter and he re-signed with the Yankees to be a part of our minor league system, and people were like, "Why would he do that?" And they're like, "Well, because the Yankees don't have a first baseman, and they're the only team in the major leagues without a first baseman. So Chris Carter thinks, well, I can do better. They'll bring me back." And you know what? They did bring him back. It happened because Tyler Austin's as injury prone as the next guy.
I'm on Danny Espinosa's stat page right now. I didn't realize what a career he's kind of had.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible.
The end of major league years, he's got 220 homer seasons. It just kind of sucks for him. I mean, as a 24-year-old in his first full season, 21 homers, 17 steals, you're like, okay, this is a young guy who's gonna make it. And then a couple tough seasons.
He really benefited because he was on the Nationals when they were early going, and they were like just building a team still. So the Nationals promoted a lot of guys in those early years before Strasburg and Harper. They started signing people, Gio and Scherzer after that. But before that, they promoted a lot of guys that probably in other teams wouldn't get promoted. And Espinosa was one of those guys that he did decent. But I don't know. I mean, that's all.
Who was the Nationals' main center fielder that 24-year-old Danny Espinosa season?
Yeah.
Rick Ankiel.
He was there every day, center fielder?
122 games.
Nice. What do you think Rick Ankiel, Chuck Knobloch fight would look like?
Rick Ankiel would beat the crap out of him.
A lot of misses. All right. I asked my brother-in-law, who is a Angels fan, said, "Hey, did you like Espinosa?" He said, "No, he stunk as an Angel. I was pretty excited about him going into the season because of his defense and home runs from 2016, but then he hit like 150. Great beard, though, until he shaved it off. Some blame that for his lack of success." So if the beard is what makes him successful, says my brother-in-law, then not a good spot to sign with the Yankees. Kind of like when Brian Wilson said, "I won't sign with the Yankees." It's like, yeah, man, because you have to literally like shave off your superhero cape.
Your powers, yeah.
Ever seen Brian Wilson pitch without a beard?
Your thimble.
Garbage.
Thimble.
All right. Next topic. Did that sound like the W. Mason whistle?
No.
I don't think it did either. I want to make that the new transition.
Okay.
Whatever.
You don't have the last note.
Yeah, it's tough. I run out of breath.
Oh, does it go down? Yeah, that's because I did it and it wasn't you.
I can't get that last one. I run out of whistle power at the end there.
Tough.
I only go high. All right. Anyway, Todd Frazier signed with the Mets.
Yeah. How about that? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about it. My first thought was, I guess he didn't want 2 years. Good for him for getting 2 years and signing. I don't know. Did you think like the players like union or is kind of mad at him because he took a discounted deal, $17 million for 2 years? A lot of people were saying, "Why wouldn't the Yankees offer him that? That's so cheap." It had to be they didn't want to give him 2 years. Had to be.
Yeah, they were extremely firm on the 1 year. And if you're Todd, we've been talking about it. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, especially where free agency is at right now and next year's third base pool, which we've mentioned a few times. But
Donaldson and Machado. Yeah, why would you want to sign a 1 year deal?
It's kind of ridiculous. So I don't know. He's still getting paid a little bit, and I mean he's not the Todd Frazier. You know, I was flashing a lot of Todd Frazier stats from 2 years ago. He had a 40 homer season, things like that. You know, he's a good ball player, but he's He's
Like,
in it.
he's good. No, for what he is, he's really good. And if we could have had him for one more year, I would have been really excited to get him. But
Yeah,
I
and
totally understand not giving him 2 years.
timing's everything in life. If he was a free agent 2 years ago, even at this age, he probably gets a 3-year, like $50 million deal or something like that. But it's
But good,
it's a whole timing game.
good for him. Good for him for being able to stay close to home. I know how much he's always liked being in the East Coast and shit like that. Also, I was trying to think. When they got Verlander, when the Astros traded for, okay, here's my thought process. Backtrack, Jimmy. I did a lot of thinking inside my own head. Players that deadline grabs that make a huge impact on the field, Verlander was the biggest one last year. But you knew that. When we traded for Todd, we were really trading for Canely and D-Rob. And Todd was like a throw-in.
It was kind of a mental
and maybe
thing.
Not
because
what?
the headline said Yankees trade for Todd Frazier because that was the name people knew. But like what you're saying, in real baseball terms, the Yankees were going for Canely and Robertson.
But and Todd Frazier didn't even have that much of an impact on the field. He kind of did. Him and Headley were better than Headley and Carter. But
Todd was pretty good.
He was. But I'm not like saying Verlander. Take Verlander off the Astros, they probably don't win the World Series. If we were to make it to the World Series, you could say take Todd off, and we're still there. He wasn't our stud. But the clubhouse, it's crazy how much he. I mean, we fucking made a whole rally cry off the dude.
Yeah.
It was like a really big impact. I was trying to think. Imagine if, like, when we got Lance Berkman to come over, and like he was just like, bleh. Like Todd could have done that. Yeah. There's so many players that the Yankees that picked up at the deadline that have just been and then Todd comes and completely. And CeCe even said right away he took over the clubhouse. I guess there was like an altercation, and Todd stepped up and was like, "We don't do things around here this way." I was like, "Todd, you just got here."
Yeah, he knows.
They all. Yeah, he knows. All right. Any more Todd Frazier talk? Sucks. Have fun with the Mets.
Yeah, have fun. Wish you luck. I think the glass half full statement would be if the Yankees weren't willing to give Todd that contract, I guess they really do believe in Andujar. Or I mean they could have given him that contract and still, like, yes, he gets in the way of next year's plans, but we traded Chase Headley and a $13 million contract this offseason extremely easy. So if they really thought Todd was going to get in the way, they could have moved him next offseason on that same deal. So I don't know. I guess it's an endorsement for Andujar, but I think you and me are still in the camp that someone slightly above Danny Espinosa is going to also be at camp. Maybe not.
Yeah, it's. I think you can say it's an endorsement of Andujar, or Cashman's got something else up his sleeve. We will see. And but you know what he did have up his sleeve, Jake?
What's that?
Trading for Russell Wilson.
Yeah, big news.
Who's a quarterback?
Yeah, best quarterback in New York is Russell Wilson. Ah.
Yankees have the best quarterback in all of New York. It sucks how much the internet ruins a funny joke. Like the first time I saw that, I was like, cool. Yeah, they do have the best quarterback in New York. And then you see it everywhere for the next 2 days.
Oh, dude, man. And it's like, I think it's going to keep coming.
I bet there's going to be T-shirts with quarterbacks and Russell Wilson in a football Yankees uniform.
I think that's going to be like bad smack talk to New York sports fans, like even during football season. Like, oh, the best quarterback in New York's on the Yankees.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't have a problem with it. Someone said I sounded mad about the Yankees trading for Russell Wilson. Wasn't mad. I just wanted to make sure people knew it was a joke because other people were mad. So I was trying to say
that's where I think you're not going to like Russell Wilson because
I don't like Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Russell Wilson in his head thinks like, wow, if this spring training really goes well, maybe I will do this. Like he actually does think that.
Yeah, I tweeted out when he wrote a serious statement. It was like, I'm so thankful for everything the Rangers did for me. And I'm so happy for the Yankees to be part of it. Dude, shut up. Just make your statement like, oh, I can't wait to crack the team. Some sort of joke. Don't make a serious statement about what the Rangers did for you. You're a guest speaker who's got a contract. Billy Crystal did this for us. Billy Crystal didn't make a serious statement to the Yankees saying,
That's
like,
what
oh
I'm
my
saying.
God.
Russell thinks, like, okay, a couple good swings, that second base gig's mine.
I don't like
He's
Russell
kind of
Wilson.
a
I never
killer,
have.
yeah.
But I don't care that they did this. It's fun. I mean, you saw Ben Heller tweeted like, "Oh, he was my idol. Now I'm going to be teammates." CC had like a fun tweet. The players will get a kick out of it, and the young guys will want to hear from a Super Bowl champion and pick his ear and pick his brain about preparing and
How to
being
play second
famous
base.
and concussion water or whatever the hell he drinks and God and Sierra. Like the players will think it's cool.
Yes.
So who cares? Maybe we'll see him at spring training. He's going to be there
Yeah.
when we're there. But yeah, I had some people that were like, why would they do this? This is a publicity stunt. It's not really that much of a publicity stunt. And then people were comparing it to Tebow. Tebow actually plays in games.
Yeah.
Russell
Well, that's
Wilson's
what
done this for the last 3 years with the Rangers.
their stats, like their actual minor league stats, are similar.
Are they?
That's why people were doing that. Yeah.
But they're saying like, but Tebow.
I think it's kind of I think the people saying that it's actually a shot at Tebow.
But I mean, Russell Wilson is not going to play in the minor leagues for the Yankees because he's the starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks.
Hey man, Bo Jackson, right?
I thought it was really funny though because there's no headlines and nothing's happening, and Cashman's like, "All right, you want a headline? Here's a headline." And then it literally was talked about on SportsCenter and shit. It's like, Jesus, we're talking about it here, so I guess I can't.
Talking about it right now.
We're Yankees centric.
Russell Wilson's minor league stats from 2010, 2011. He's got a 229 batting average, 354 OBP. Look at that eye. 5 homers and 379 plate appearances. So
good.
Good for him. There is a 21 and 22-year-old. Well, good for you. He's going to stick with the football thing.
Yeah, I'll probably stick to football. All right. What else did we have? Girardi signed with MLB Network, and Michael Kay got really salty and upset about it. Yankees, that was some fun Yankees news. I mean, Kay getting.
I don't. For some reason, Kay doesn't annoy me. Like, I get that he's annoying, but
I don't. You might not listen to all his rants on his.
Yeah, I don't listen to all of his stuff, and he's just. It's kind of like a hidden compartment in my brain, like good Yankees, Michael Kay, sports.
I like Michael Kay's play-by-play.
I think one thing that my brain has accepted that's annoying about Michael Kay is when Michael Kay says that he's not mad about something or he's not. When he says he's not something, it means he absolutely is. I'm not getting salty over something like this. It's like, okay, dude, you're yes, you are. The fact that you're saying this means you are.
Michael Kay's his whole point. So for those not knowing what's going on, Girardi is on MLB Network doing analyst shit, just talking, which he's really, really good at. In between the Marlins gig and then in 2007, he coached the manager of Marlins in 2006, won manager of the year, didn't get along with front office, quit or left. In 2007, he worked with the Yes Network in the booth, and then in 2008, he became manager of the Yankees. So he did this last time he wasn't a manager, and he was really good in the booth. Super interesting, like gave you good insight. I remember sign stealing came on, and Kay was arguing, and Girardi was like, "No, man, that's part of the game. Like you can't. That is whatever." He's good. And Kay admits that on his radio show. Kay's like, he's really good. It's just when he's the coach, he doesn't want to talk to the media at all. He's got no use for the media. Now he's going to join the media? Yeah, Michael, because he's the coach and he doesn't want to deal with you. I don't understand how that doesn't make sense. When you're the manager and thousands of people are asking you questions all the time, that's annoying.
Yeah, not fun.
When you're in the media, like it's not like Girardi's going to be at the press conference with his fucking voice recorder asking the same dumbass question so he can have a quote for his column. Girardi's just going to sit behind a desk and do analyst shit. So shut up.
Talk baseball.
Yeah. And he's really good. He looks young. It's like he looks like he was president and then Like when Obama, those pictures of Obama came out on Richard Branson's boat, and he was just like all refreshed and relaxing post presidency. That's what Girardi looked like. His hair had some gel in it. It was spiked up.
Nice.
He looked youthful.
Good paisan.
Yeah. All right. Darvish also went to the Cubs.
Kind of called it, by the way. Well, not that him going to the booth was a hot take, but someone asked us about Girardi's future, and I said booth.
Yeah, we knew that though, because the guy who told me he got fired told me the Nationals offered him a contract, but he said no, he's going to the booth.
Yeah, well, I didn't even remember that, but I think he's going to be in the booth for a while because he's going to wait for the perfect coaching gig to open up.
Yeah, yes, but that could be next year. Like we said, if St. Louis opens up or something like that,
that's part of my take. I think it's going to be a while.
All right. I think he will manage again.
Oh yeah. I'm saying 3 years.
I think there's a team out there that probably is talking to him right now, saying, "Hey."
Absolutely, but he's at the point where he can wait for the exact gig he wants.
Broke up.
He's at the point where he can wait for whichever gig he wants. When he wants to coach, he's going to coach again.
Yeah, I agree. Darvish went to the Cubs, which a lot of people wanted him. A lot of fans really wanted Darvish and act as if like there's no other pitching prospect. Like it was Darvish or bust. I don't know if those are surface level fans. Like Darvish or bust is not what the Yankees need, because he's a very good pitcher, and the Yankees have very good pitchers. It's 6 years, 125 million or something like that. That might not be the exact number. 6 years is crazy. He's 32 years old. He's got injuries. He's a very good pitcher. I'm not knocking Darvish's skill at all. I'm just very glad the Yankees didn't opt that way. We were talking maybe 5 years for 20 mil a year. Maybe if it got down to that, the Yankees might grab him. It didn't get down to that. And reports were saying the Yankees were never in on him, which I was happy about. And you even said at one point, we were talking about trading D-Rob or trading Gardner to clear up space for Darvish. I think you said it's kind of just bad baseball. You can't just blow up spots of your team and your clubhouse and to give someone a crazy contract. Like, let's get rid of this contract and then go give out a crazy contract. I don't know. I'm really happy they didn't trade Gardner or D-Rob to get Darvish. I didn't think it was ever a possibility.
Yeah, it would have been nice, and I think the people that are really mad that we don't have Darvish are kind of in this. You mentioned Verlander. I mean, the Yankees got Sonny Gray last year. The Dodgers traded for Darvish. It's literally and figuratively an arms race a little bit, but yeah, it would have been nice. Odds are the end of that contract is going to be pretty ugly, which, hey, if you wanted Darvish and you hate Ellsbury on the team, then you're contradicting yourself, basically.
So you're saying that people hate Ellsbury because his contract is so bad, and then those same people wanted to trade Ellsbury to get Darvish, whose contract will eventually just be very bad.
Vicious cycle.
Yeah, that is a vicious cycle, Jake. That's a good pointing out of a situation by you.
Come on, man.
Good job. 2 points.
Come on about it.
All right. Yeah. So I think like Lance Lynn is the kind of pitcher, if we're going to go get a sixth pitcher, he's an innings eater, and he's always been consistently Lance Lynn. You know what I mean?
Kind of funny. Because I would come back at you a little bit, just using the history of free agency and Lance Lynn, Alex Cobb. I was shooting you down hard. You were saying, hey, let's get these guys on 1-year contracts. And I was like, I think these guys are going to get like 3-4 years pushing 100 million and baseball's just not there right now. So I don't know, man. Do we have to start backpedaling at some point? Because it feels like we end every segment with well, they'll still probably sign a starter. They'll still probably sign an infielder. Do we have to back off that at all? Or no, like we still think something's going to happen.
Yeah, they have what, 20 million or 15 million left, 20 million left of luxury room, and
Something like that.
they probably save 10 of that for acquisitions and call-ups. But everyone thinks they're going to sign at least one other player. I think they will. I mean, it's crazy, and we can just talk. The next subject I had written down is just the whole strike and free agency and weirdness situation. So that situation plus the Yankees, it works directly into Cash's hands. The worse free agency goes, the better it is for us because we have a small allotment of money that we can use. And in any other offseason, all the players available wouldn't fall into our little allotment of 10 to 15 million. But now, because it's the longer it takes, the longer someone might just say, okay, fuck it. I'll go there.
And is this, because I agree with you in that whole thought process, right? Because it makes sense. The Yankees are a competitive team.
2 points to me.
If you're a free agent, why wouldn't you want to be on the winning team if you're not getting your dream contract this year, whatever it may be? Are talking Reds, talking Mariners, is every other team saying that as well? Like, hey, the longer these free agents ride out, the better deal we could get for
but
maybe,
they are saying that. Everyone's saying that because the lower it goes, the more likely we are to get it. But for the Yankees and Dodgers, it's a little different because we literally don't want to spend. Everyone else isn't close to the luxury tax. They can go. Their owners cannot be stingy and actually sign someone for right now. Most of the other teams out there right now can go grab people. Like you said, we thought maybe one team, and the Brewers kind of did. If the Brewers got Darvish, they would have been the team that took advantage of this bad free agency, but they only signed Kane, and they signed Kane to a pretty good deal.
Yeah. And you said you never want to win the offseason, right?
You never want to be the team that, quote-unquote, wins the offseason. And now with Giancarlo and Espinoza, the Yankees may be there.
The two guys on everybody's radar.
Yeah. I mean, Espinoza was way up top, and he fell down to a minor league contract, and we got him.
It's tough.
It's tough. I don't know. What else do we got? So I think the Yankees get someone.
Gun in your head. This is our new phrase we play.
We haven't done this on an actual every single PPP, like we said, the mini episodes that are coming up. Jake's been putting guns to my head, making me make decisions. You'll hear those.
Gun to my head.
What's your question?
So the Yankees are going to sign a pitcher or infielder. Which would you rather have? Or who? Gun to your head. Who do you think the Yankees get? A pitcher or infielder?
Well, those are two different questions. And the second question, I don't want to answer. The first question, you always want more pitching. Always want more pitching. You know what? That Severino was even quoted. This was an annoying thing that happened, Jake. I don't know if you saw this. Brian Hoch, I don't know how you say his last name, does a really good job. He's one of my favorite Yankees beat writers on Twitter. Hoke. He asked Sevi, did you think they were going to get Cole? Do you want another pitcher? And Sevi was like, yeah, I thought we were going to get Cole. You can always use another pitcher, but if we don't get one, I like what we have. Like the safest answer. If we get a more good players, that'll be good. If we don't, our players are good. That's what Severino said. Twitter and Yankee fans did their thing where they're just dumbass fans and freaked out. Sevy needs to keep his mouth closed. Let Cashman be Cashman, and he should just pitch. I can't believe Sevy's demanding another pitcher. Like, oh, my God. People are crazy. They really like just getting riled up.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts about Sevy saying,
let's get riled?
Yeah, let's get riled. I'm riled up about them being riled up, which is even worse.
Yeah. So the gun was at your head.
You asked me two questions. You asked me which do I want more, which is a pitcher. Which do I think they do? I don't know. Shoot me. Just kill me. I don't want to answer.
Okay. So you got shot.
I got shot. I'm dead. I don't know, man. Headley and Castro are MLB vets. They are like 10 years in the league, almost. They are established. And the last season, they were both productive players. To say we're going to take those two spots and have two rookies, like pure rookies, fill them.
What are you talking? Andujar raked last year.
Is nuts. It's too big of a task, and people hated Headley and they hated Castro, so they won't realize that. But they were productive, and they are lifetime MLB guys. They're not float. They don't go up and down. They're not riding the bus.
Castro is an all-star.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's a big ask. But if Cashman thinks they can do it and throw Wade in there too, give Wade some love. If he thinks Andujar, Wade, Glaber can hold it down at those two positions in the bottom of the order, and he's got faith and besides Espinosa, doesn't sign like an actual guy, then let's roll the dice. I'll ride that out with Cashman, but it's crazy. It's a little crazy.
Wade is a serious pivot point because what do we know? We know Glaber's a big-time prospect. We're told he can pick it pretty good. It sounds like if he was fielding third base or second base, he could field it.
Second base is better, but yeah, they were confident with him at third to bring him up last year. Cashman said that.
Andujar, they say he has a major league ready bat, and they say that they're not sure about the glove. So if Wade was able to be a 270 hitter, 260 hitter, and that you could give maybe Andujar a chance at third and say, hey, if you can field it, we'll leave you out here. If not, then we could put Glaber at third, or and then kick Wade out for being good. So I don't know. I'm like you. I'm still in the camp that someone else is going to come in the picture. I keep yelling Brandon Phillips from the rooftop. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares at all about that. Someone does care about your opinion on this, Jake.
Sure.
You had a question. I answered it in my DMs, but they wanted you to answer it live on the podcast. All right. The question is, what do you think about the Yankees trading for Alex Bregman? I know it will cost a lot. I'm not sure the Yankees do it. I'm not sure the Yankees or Astros would be willing to do it, but Bregman is cheap, versatile, and has a lot of team control. Frazier, Andujar, Adams, Betances, and Warren for Alex Bregman would be my final offer, and even that is probably too much. I don't think anything will happen, but it's just something to think about. What do you think?
So I'm like not a geeky person, but I get geeky about sports in some ways. I get geeky about kind of sports video games. I get geeky about some statistics. Things like the trade machine in the NBA, stuff like that excites me, and I try to be as real with it as possible. When people go down this road, it's like a knife to my heart.
Explain. Yeah. Say more.
So what looks to be our competition for the next 5 years, our main competition, one of their guys, I think they took him, was he the second overall pick in the draft?
He's really good. They really like him. Beltran was on CC's podcast raving about him. They all love him.
He's 23 years old. He was, he was the second overall pick in the 2015 MLB draft. They have him under team control for the next 7 years or whatever baseball is. He's one of the best young players in baseball, who also happens to play for who will be our rival for the next 3 to 5 years. So if you think that trade would possibly happen, no.
Okay.
I don't think I have to say anymore.
I said I don't think Bregman is on the table even a quarter of an inch on the trading block. I don't think they asked, hey, Astros, we want to trade Brett. Hang up.
So the earliest Bregman can be a free agent is 2023.
We don't need to go into it too much longer. It's not going to happen.
See,
It'd be like us trading Gary Sanchez.
Yeah. Flip Judge.
Flip Judge. Okay, we got another question. Or we got a couple questions. Let's see. Someone said, "What's up, guys? I'm just wondering if you have any recommendations on how to stream Yankee games if you don't live in the New York area. Thanks so much." MLB TV is $100 for the season, and it's phenomenal. You can watch it on your phone. You can watch it on your TV, smart TVs.
Go in with like 3 other people.
Yeah, you can split an account. Or go to Reddit and find games on there. But, I mean, MLB TV, the fact that you can have it on your phone is awesome. We had some other voicemails and stuff, but mostly.
Did we say anything about broadcasting?
No. I don't want other people to hear that and then do it. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's it. Shit, I can't do that on YouTube. Fuck. I think that's all we got, Jake. You got any else? We're at 40 minutes, around 40 minutes. There's nothing going on. Spring training starting. I'm getting very excited.
What's the first official day of spring training?
Like pitchers and catchers?
Yeah. Is it
Tuesday?
Tuesday? Okay.
So very close.
When does everyone report?
First game is on February 23rd, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Very close.
Very close. Do you think there's going to be? I guess this is Yankees / baseball. Do you think there's going to be like a free agent spree? Like these guys have to start signing somewhere.
I don't know. The whole league was. Did you see all the statements they were releasing? Like fucking petty girlfriends.
Ugly, yeah.
Tony Clark released a statement. Tony Clark needs to go. What a loser that guy is. Only one of the guys. He hit a home run to the black seats in Yankee Stadium, and he called Joe Torre Mr. Torre, just like Jeter. It's like, Tony, that's Jeter's thing, so why don't you shut the hell up? Then they made him head of the players' union, which seems so stupid. One of the strongest sports unions going, and you just put an ex-player there? Maybe Tony's smart, but maybe have a lawyer or a professional negotiator?
I think it's kind of a figurehead position.
I don't think so. People are blaming him. Maybe that's wrong. Whatever. Tony Clark released a statement and was like, "This is ridiculous. We have really good players and they're not getting offers. This is terrible. There's something wrong." And then MLB came out and said, "Your players have offers. Your players have 9-figure offers. So I don't know what you're crying about." And then Scott Boras was like, "You can't tell people that they have offers. That breaches all negotiation contracts." And then MLB was like, "Well, I don't care." It's like, whoa, a lot of drama. People say if you side with the owners, you're bad. You should always want the money to be distributed fairly and equally. Sure, but you know what? I mean, I'm sorry if people really like this subject. I don't give a shit about any of it. Just give me baseball. I don't care who wins. I'm not rooting for the owners. I'm not rooting for the players. I'm just rooting for baseball to happen in front of my eyes.
The biggest plot twist, which again, I'm not informed enough or in these meetings, but something I felt strongly of kind of going into this off season was that free agency is going to have to change, or players are going to have to become free agents earlier, because right now, if you're a major league team, call up your young guys and let it run. I feel every other pod I mentioned the Royals, or I mentioned the Astros, or the young teams recently that have been doing it. And part of the reason that they're successful is if they need to add a Justin Verlander, they can do that because they don't have cap space going to, I'll do it for everyone, Jacoby Ellsbury. So,
yep. You know what's sad?
Baseball's going to have a big reform soon at some point.
But it is very sad that these stars, there's even got all the big names can't get contracts. That sucks. What really sucks is there's guys that are free agents. They just happen to be free agents this year, like AAA guys and career minor leaguers, who this is their paycheck. They can't live off the money they've already made in baseball because they don't. They live paycheck to paycheck. They're like quadruple A guys, and they can't get signed because it's trickle down. And even Matt Holliday, who I'm sure doesn't want, he's not going to hold out for big money. It's like he'll just give me a year contract anywhere and I'll go. And he came out and said, I'd really like to play. I've got no offers from anyone. I'd really like to play baseball next year. Like, that's kind of shitty. Like, these guys will just give me an offer and I'll sign it. I don't care what it is, but they got to take care of the big fish at the top first, and before it gets to those guys.
Yeah, Matt Holliday's kind of a tough case because I mean he's just a DH at this point, a 38-year-old DH.
Yeah, but when healthy last year, he was really good. He just went to a strip club in Oakland, got really sick.
Yeah,
that was allegedly, that was fake. I made that up.
I mean, we're talking about Andujar, who Andujar is actually a pretty, not a big time prospect, but a big prospect. But I mean, Matt Holliday last year went 231, 19 homers. I think you can find that in the major leagues a lot easier now than in past years.
Yep. But I mean, you'd think someone would give Holliday a contract.
Right.
And he's probably saying, I'd sign anything. I just want to play baseball.
Crazy.
All right. You got anything else? I'm excited for spring training. You'll be hearing from us soon. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Mini episodes will be coming at you. Player profile and projections. Monday will be our main podcast again. Send in questions, talkinyanks@gmail.com. Call in our phone number. I was going to read it, but people aren't going to write it down. Our phone number is on our Twitter page. It's everywhere. DM me and ask me. Email us and ask if you want to leave a voicemail. Questions. Let us know what you think about the mini episodes, and let's talk Yanks.
Reviews.
Oh yeah, give some reviews, some ratings, all that shit. And glad to have you back. Sorry we took the week off. It felt like forever, actually, 2 weeks off. But we will be coming to you daily, and when the season starts, we'll be coming to you after every series. I'm going to be full-time. I have 2.5 more weeks of my 9-to-5 job before I go full-time with Talkin Yanks, and I can't. I'm so excited, but I'm not that excited yet, Jake, because being at work is miserable.
Yes.
My job and my coworkers are all great, but I just want to be doing other things than
your head and your heart's elsewhere.
Head in my heart is elsewhere. All right. Thanks for listening. Have a great Monday, everyone. Go Yankees. Tell them, Grandma.